do the entire studies. Hard work and patience does pay off in JAIIB. These subjects are very difficult. Means see this. IIFS toughest, one of the tough. PPB lengthy, very lengthy, 950 pages roughly. Accounting and finance, it's very difficult. And RBWM was considered as an easy subject earlier. Easy. But since last year, let's say May 2025, since last year, they've started asking tough questions in RBWM. In May 2025, there were almost 25 to 30 marks numericals. 25 to 30 marks numericals. Good morning, Rahul. Today is the orientation batch for the new students. Okay, those who have already joined, those who are there in the batch. It's a orientation and it's a sort of revision for you. Okay. So RBWM was easy one earlier, but nowadays it has become very tough. May 25, RBWM was the toughest paper. Okay. So what is there in this subject? We'll be focusing on this subject only, RBWM. Firstly, understand many of the students, means you are in JAIIB, right? So many of you will be facing the first problem of membership, registration. Kindly note there are two registrations for JAIIB. There are two registrations for JAIIB. Number one, first registration is of membership. First registration is of membership. Kindly note. Okay? In membership registration, you have to first become the member of IIBF. Once you become the member, then you can go for the second registration, that is exam. Exam registration is easy. It will start in February. Exam registration will start in February and you have to do it. But before exam registration, you have to do membership registration. See, exam registration starts in February. Membership registration, you can do it anytime. Today also, now also you can do it. And membership registration is really tough, really difficult. Why? Because you require too many things in membership registration. Your photograph, that also within 20 MB. Your signature, that also within 20 MB. Plus many other Aadhaar card, 20 MB, less than 20 MB. Then the manager's letter is required. So many things are there in membership registration. This is tough one. For this, I have prepared separate videos, how to do the membership registration. Separate videos are available on the same channel. Subscribe to this channel. JAIIB English Medium. Subscribe to it. Click on the bell icon. So, do the membership registration today only or within this week. Don't wait for February. Don't wait for February for membership registration. In February, keep time free only for exam registration. Very easy, hardly 10 minutes job. Hardly 10 minutes. But this is not a 10 minutes job. This is a difficult job. Okay, again I am saying. So, do it over here. Many of you might not be knowing me. My name is Vishal Mantri. I am an ex-banker. I worked in 4 banks plus other financial institutions. Starting from Cosmos Cooperative Bank, those who are in cooperatives. Many of the students are from cooperative banks. So I had also started my career from cooperative bank, then went to HDFC Bank. From there, Citigroup. Citigroup means that USA Group. And then DBS, Development Bank of Singapore. So 4 banks I have worked in. I worked in various departments, starting from retail, to trade finance, to treasury, to corporate finance. All the 4 I have worked. So entire experience means to overall, you can say overall banking experience, you can call it. I worked in core banking, okay, in all the departments. So you will be getting the first-hand knowledge of all the topics, okay. Like you do the pressures, you have the pressures now, insurance, mutual fund, insurance mainly. We also had the same thing. I also have gone through the same process, okay. So I know what you are going through. Whenever I teach, I keep that in mind. Because after working for almost 10 hours in bank, right? 10 hours generally we work 8 to 10 hours roughly. After working for 8 to 10 hours in bank, then what is your mindset to study? That I know. And I teach accordingly. And working in the bank is not an easy job now, right? Earlier your seniors used to tell you, right? Your seniors, your bosses, hi, good morning, Rahul, Murthy, all of you, good morning. Your seniors used to tell you, right? Job in bank is very easy, best job. 10:30 को जाने का, sit there, do some transactions, थोड़े बहुत होते हैं, give some transactions. Evening 4 p.m. bank is over. Next half an hour, 1 hour, you are out. So 4:35, you are out. Bank. This somebody used to tell you. In your family, some of your senior family members, those who were in bank in 1980s, बैंक तो ऐसे होता था, बहुत easy था. They used to tell you that banking is easy job. But today when you go there, how many of you say that banking is easy job now? Those who are working in bank. You all are working in bank now. So how many of you agree that yes, 10:30 को जाने का, 5 को आने का, that is a banking job? Is it so now? Is the banking job so easy now? It's impossible. Nowadays banking, I'll tell you, what are the banking points today? Everyday huddle. Huddle means small meeting, every day. Manager calls for a meeting. अभी अपने को इतना करने का. This, what happened yesterday? क्यों नहीं हुआ? I will transfer you. These are the words nowadays in banking, right? These are the words in banking today. Transfer कर दूंगा दूर एकदम. Next एकदम 2 घंटे के रास्ते पे transfer. These are the words. Why isn't this happening? Insurance. You do anything, I don't care. I want insurance. KCC क्या हुआ? Right? In rural branches, KCC. What happened of KCC? Recovery. Recovery is a hell job in banking. Many of you will agree to this. Recovery in nationalized banks is really tough because you are bound by laws also. You can speak tough to the client also. And here your manager gives you the pressure. What is the recovery ratio? They call it recovery ratio now. Right? What is the recovery ratio? And you can't scold that client also. That is the worst part. Right? You can't scold the client. Because if you scold the client, he takes a video. Tomorrow it becomes viral. That's a separate problem. Right? And then the bank pressurizes you later. That, what is this video of yours? So both the sides, you are under pressure. Banking is not a simple job now. And now what has happened? Earlier banking was very simple. Customer used to come to the branch, do the transactions, go home. Now customer doesn't come to the branch. The HNI client or the rich client or the one who is educated never comes to the bank. He does it everything there only, sitting at home. And who comes to the bank? Those who are cribbing, saving passbook, not printed, 10 rupees debited, 11 rupees debited, your bank is a chore, I will go to RBI, I will go to this, ombudsman. And nowadays everything is available on Google, mobile only. Just you type on Google and not even type now, just speak on Google, new banking laws and regulations, immediately everything comes. And the Customer has more knowledge than you, isn't it? Many a times. So this is the banking today, isn't it? And target from the seniors is separate. That's a separate part. Okay, so banking is a sandwich job today. Sandwich. There, I call it two jobs. Banking is two jobs. One is sandwich and under pressure cooker. You sandwich kept under pressure cooker. That is banking, isn't it? But see here, you have to go through it. Every job is the same. See, don't consider if somebody of you thinks that other jobs are greener or easier. Nothing like this. Every job is tough because there's a competition in everything today, right? So that's why first go for membership. Okay, do it today only. Do the membership registration today only. It will take some time, but do it today only. Okay? Then, now second problem which comes in the minds of all the bankers who are appearing for JAIIB and CAIIB. It's mainly JAIIB only. CAIIB it's very clear. The passing criteria. This passing criteria is a bit confusing one. I'll show you what it is. See, the basic rule is in every paper you have to get 50 marks, 50, 50, 50, 50. Indian economy, PPB, accounts and RBWM. Every paper you should get minimum 50 marks, you are clear. So this is criteria number one. This is easy. But there is one more criteria. The other criteria is if you are giving all the papers in one sitting, all of them in one sitting. Okay, kindly note, single sitting. It's not first sitting. One sitting, anytime. You are giving it in single sitting. Then the next rule applies is this. If you have minimum 45 marks in each subject, minimum 45, and your average becomes 50, then you are clear. 45 marks minimum in each subject and average is 50. How can this be? See this example. 45, 45, 45 and RBWM 70. You are clear. Why? Because your total becomes 200. 135, 205, right? So this total becomes 205. If your total is about 200 and you have minimum 45, you are clear. But this rule applies only if you are giving it in a single sitting. If you are giving this paper this time, next paper next time, then no. Then 50. Okay? This concept should be very clear in your mind. Now I'll give you a second example. See this. 43, 45, 47 and 70. 43, 45, 47 and 70. Now you see the total. Total is again 205. Total is again 205. But this student has failed in 3 subjects. 43 failed, 45 failed, 47 failed. 3 subjects failed. 70 is passed. So see this, just by 2 marks, remaining 2 subjects are also gone. So that's why minimum 45 marks are very important. All of you. Minimum 45 marks if you are giving it in a single setting. Okay? Got this point now? Everyone clear? If this is clear, then we will go ahead now. Because these were the 2 basics. One was the membership, registration, and second is this, passing criteria. Once this is clear, we'll move on now. Now we'll go to the topic, subject. See this. Retail banking basically and wealth management, this subject, see name only it has 2 parts, retail banking and wealth management. These 2 topics are actually a bit different. Because retail banking means your normal clients, saving, current, FD, okay, home loan, personal loan, car loan, two-wheeler loan, all these loans, which you do in the branch. Wealth management is a separate topic. It caters to HNI clients. HNI, very rich. Very rich. So, Very rich means so rich you can't even think of the figures. We'll study them. Whenever we'll go there, we'll study them. What is the HNI client? We think HNI client means 2 crore, 5 crores, right? Somebody in your branch only. If somebody is having a deposit of 1 crore, we consider that client as HNI, right? Very high net worth. But there are HNI clients who have 4,000 crores in the account. So these are also HNI clients, super HNIs. There are many classes over there. So everything is studied over here. Plus you have wealth management. I'll come to the topic slowly. So what are the basic chapters? Look at this. What are the basic modules? The basic modules are, look at this. I'll be giving in details also. Introduction, then products, then marketing, support, and then your module D, wealth management and housing. More in details over here. Say this, module A. Module A will consist of introduction to retail banking. So it will cover all the retail banking details, not history as such. History is not covered nowadays. Nobody cares about history. But basics. Okay. Retail banking role within the bank operations means what? Role means what? There are various types of bankings. There are 6 types of bankings. 6. Okay, 6 types of bankings. Which are the 6 types of banking? There are many. I'll give you a few. Retail banking, which you work in. Corporate banking means minimum loan in corporate banking is around 200-300 crores. Corporate banking. Treasury is also banking. Trade finance, it's also banking. Merchant banking, that is also banking. Merchant banking means creating IPOs, collecting money for the companies. Merchant banking, that is also a banking. Plus there are many wealth management, investment management, these are also a part of banking only. So banking has come a long way now. And if you want to grow, you have to study many parts of this banking as much as possible. So role within the banking operations means what are the various types of bankings and what is the role of retail banking. Why all the banks are focusing on retail banking? All the banks are focusing on retail only. Because why? Huge business, diversification, risk is diversified over here. See this. In retail banking, suppose if I am having 1 crore rupees, okay, in corporate banking I will give to only one borrower. 1 crore, one company, or. But in retail banking I will give to 100 borrowers, 1 lakh each. So what happens in this? The risk is diversified. What is the chance that one person or one company will become NPA at a one time? And what is the chance that all the 100 customers will become NPA at one time? So there is very less chance. That's why risk is diversified. And hence all the banks are focusing on retail banking now. All of them. And that's why as all the banks are focusing on retail banking, that's why you have pressure. If the banks wouldn't have focused, then you wouldn't have had that much pressure. Because everyone is focusing on the same customer now. Private banks are also focusing on the same customer. Nationalized banks are also focusing on the same customer. Small finance banks are also focusing on the same customer. Only one customer. And all of them are focusing. NBFCs, they are also focusing on the same customer. Right? So that's why there is a huge competition. Right? So, applicability of retail banking concepts. Retail banking concept means the same thing which I told you. Risk diversification, less NPA, more margin. Margins are higher in retail banking as compared to corporate banking. How? See this. Tell me one thing. How many of your clients have come to you up till now? That repo rate बढ़ गया, आपके बैंक ने FD का rate नहीं बढ़ाया. Repo rate. How many of your clients have come to you for repo rate up till now? I don't think so any, isn't it? Because clients are not aware, retail clients are not aware of this CRR, SLR, repo. Okay? So that's why you can charge a bit higher margin. But corporate client means companies, they have CA with them. CA will immediately say repo rate grow. What about your FD rates? Repo rate down. What about your loan rates? Why haven't you reduce the rates? So corporate clients will have all the learned persons over there. So you can't charge higher margins to them. But in retail you can charge higher margins. Again, distinction between retail and corporate banking, wholesale banking. Corporate is also called as wholesale banking. WBO we call it. Wholesale banking operations. So what is the difference between them? In details we'll study. I gave you one example. Branch profitability, one of the toughest chapters. Branch profitability. How to maintain a branch profitability. Means what are the methods you should follow for branch to be profitable. See, nowadays what has happened? All the banks are focusing on SBU model. Okay? I won't go into the subject today, but all the banks are focusing on SBU model. What is SBU model? SBU model means what? Strategic business unit. So all the branches are told that you have to manage your income and expenses. You have to manage. Your expenses should be covered from your income. We won't support you. Earlier what used to happen, if there is any branch which is in losses, head office used to support it. Nowadays they are saying no, you manage your own. Okay? So, branch profitability. Here you have various ratios. ROA, numericals are there. Lot of numericals. Return on asset, return on equity, NIM, NII. Okay? Then leverage ratios. So various ratios are there and various numericals are there. It's a tough chapter. Then they go to module B. This is somewhat similar to PPB, Principles and Practices of Banking, because you'll find similar topics. Customer requirements. What does the customer require from the bank? What are the requirements? What does this mean? Why does the customer come to the bank? Basic logic. Then products development process. How do you develop a new product? Means whenever your bank brings in a new product. Today we have brought kids savings account. Today we have brought senior citizen savings account. Today we have brought women power savings account. Why does a bank bring this? And what are the steps followed? Do they bring it like that only haphazard? Today let's bring this, tomorrow let's bring this. Do they follow this way? Or is there a survey done? All this is studied over here. All the steps are studied over here. How to bring in a new product. Right? Then credit scoring means CIBIL. CIBIL scoring, you have CIBIL, Highmark, Equifax, Experian. All these credit scoring you have, and based on that we give the loans. So credit scoring importance, their role, everything is studied. Important retail liability products. Liability means saving, current, FD, main, these three. Saving, current, FD. Isn't it? So we'll be studying details about this. Although we know this product, but we don't know the nitty-gritties. Okay, we don't know the nitty-gritties. Means, for example, I'll give you one question, a simple question. It's either a survivor, okay, either a survivor question. There's a FD with E or S, either a survivor. And in between only one of the account holder expires. Then what will you do? In HUF, if HUF account is there, if one of if the Karta only expires, what happens? In trust accounts, okay, what is the sponsor and what is the beneficiary in the trust account? Who is the sponsor? What are the elements of trust account? So many are there. I just give you 2-3 examples. We feel we know saving, current, FD. But actually we don't know that. In details you are going to study over here. You'll have a lot of knowledge. Okay? Trust account, HUF account, very tough ones. ERS, jointly accounts, saving. Okay? So I'll give you one more question. Now it has come to my mind. Suppose if there is a saving account customer, he has given a check. Okay? He has written a check. Everything is right. But by the time that check came for clearing, he gave a check to somebody. After 4 days, the check came for clearing in your branch. But in these 4 days, the customer expired. The customer expired. Now what will he do? Will he pass that check because he was alive? When he gave the check, he has signed it correctly. Sign is okay, balance is okay, everything is okay. And he had signed means he was alive at that time. But by the time the check has come, he has expired. So now will you pass the check or will you return the check? And with what reason? If you return the check, then what reason should you give? These are the nitty-gritties. Again, we should study those. So retail liability products, retail asset products. Asset means all the loans, home loan, personal loan, car loan, two-wheeler loan, retail. I'm not talking of CC, I'm not talking of project loan, nothing. Okay? What are the important points of those? What are to be checked? How is the home loan to be processed? Then various processing models are there. CPU model, standalone model. Okay, what is the CPU model? Correct? So, asset products, credit card and debit card. Credit card, nowadays credit card business is huge, right? Every bank is going for credit card because it's an easy loan. Okay? Easy loan and very few mortalities happen in that. Mortality means NPS happen in that. Okay? Because people are very much afraid of credit card. People repay the credit cards on time. There are numericals in this chapter also. Credit card you'll have a numerical. Okay? Then you have remittance products. Remittance means fund transfer. Now, fund transfer products are not only those which you know. NEFT, RTGS, we all know this, UPI, these three we know. But if I ask you what is Bharat Pay, what are the details of Bharat Pay? What is ECS? What is NAC? These are also remittance products. Digitization of retail banking products. So these digitization and role of AI and technology, these are related to each other. These are technology related matters. Nowadays you see everything is digitization only, isn't it? Almost 70%, 80% of the bank is nowadays online. Only customers come to the branch for what? Cash, for loan application, right? Sometimes these old customers come for passbook printing. Young customers don't even come for passbook printing nowadays. Everything is online, isn't it? So digitization has played a lot of role, and AI and technology means blockchain technology is coming in banking now. Kindly note. Blockchain is here to stay in banking. AI is here to stay in banking. Like you saw in last 5 years from 2010 years, from 2015, banking has changed a lot. People are less coming to the branches. Same thing will happen in future. It will grow. With the advent of blockchain, common customer will not need to come to even for a loan in branches because blockchain will solve all the problems. So your role will go on changing. Okay? All the points will be studied. Recovery of retail loans. How to recover the loans. What all are the processes to be followed. What all is not to be followed. You can't coerce the customer. Coerce means go on the front of the door. Oh, paisa de. Paisa nahi deta, hafta nahi deta. You can't say all these things. You have to maintain the secrecy. Okay, privacy is very important. There are so many rules and regulations. You can't catch any customer, even if he is NPA. You can't catch any customer, and in a common place or public place, you can't speak to the customer on this topic openly so that others can hear. You can't do this. Again, there are many rules and regulations. What are the retail DSAs doing? Recovery agents. What is the role of the recovery agents? What all precautions should be taken while appointing the recovery agents? Then MIS, Management Information System. It is blood vessel of the bank. MIS. MIS means knowledge transfer or information transfer from branches to head office and from head office to branches. That's what I said, blood flow. The importance of veins and arteries in our body. Okay? Same is the importance of MIS in banking. Securitization means selling of the loans. Standard as well as NPA loans are sold to the third parties. SPV we call it. That is studied over here. So, many important topics. Now we come to module C, marketing part. Marketing means it's needed nowadays. Without marketing, you can't have a bank, isn't it? Such is the importance of marketing today. If you don't tell it's like crying baby gets the milk, right? The baby that cries will always get the milk first. Same thing is happening over here. If you don't tell the customer you exist, then customer doesn't know you exist. Today is the world of social media. You have to publicize yourself. Same thing is happening with bank. Marketing, introduction. What is branding? Again, what do you mean by corporate branding? What do you mean by retail, local branding? What do you mean by product branding? What are the various delivery channels for reaching to the client? Is it branch? Is only the branch retail channel nowadays? Or is there any other channel? What about the alternate channels? Means your phone banking, mobile banking, social media banking. Various ways are there to reach the customer now. Then you have models, delivery models. How will you deliver the products to the clients? How fast can you deliver? See, everything is speed nowadays. Everything is speed. So there are 4 models which are to be followed in banking. Again, these are studied over here. Horizontal, vertical, PHN, predominantly horizontal, predominantly vertical. Won't go in details today, but these are the 4 models. Customer relationship management, CRM, how to manage the HNI client. See, this is basically for HNI. How to manage the HNI client so that you get basically a lot of business. See, generally what happens, it's a 80-20 principle. 80% of the business, you get it from 20% of the customers. Remaining customers will not give you that much business. Right? Service standards means what are the TATs to be followed? What are the regulations, rules for a TATs? What does RBI say about the service standards? Minimum. This should be minimum given to the client. What is that minimum in this? Then marketing information system, MKI, this is same as MIS, but only for marketing purpose. Okay? Here you will study what are the various customer acquisition costs. What are the 4 elements of marketing information system? So this is about module C, and module D is about wealth. Importance of wealth management, investment management, tax planning, other financial services. These topics are larger ones, very big ones. Wealth management is one of the biggest chapters in your RBWM. Same thing about investment management. Okay, here you will study portfolios, various portfolios. What is diversification? What are the alternate assets? Means other than what can I invest in mutual fund, insurance, other than that. Alternate assets means I can invest in, let's say, paintings. Those are also invested. So that is studied. Then you have housing loan. Housing loan part. Housing loan part is the bread and butter of banking today. Right? Housing loan is bread and butter of banking. So that you will be studying. Okay? Lender's appraisal process. How to do the appraisal of the loans. Very important part, isn't it? If you know the appraisal, you have numerical over here. You have numericals in all these three. Okay, a lot of numericals are there. Tax planning. What is the latest tax structure? What is 115 BSc? You get questions on tax. Similarly over here, lender's appraisal. You get numericals. Will you give the loan or will you not give the loan? What would be the EMI? What is depreciation? All these are over here. Okay? Sinking fund, depreciation, many numericals do come over here. Rent, how to calculate the rent of any flat. What should be the built-up area, FSI, all these are studied over here. Then housing finance and tax planning. How does it housing finance help you in taxes now? What is the new rule under 115 BSc? Mortgage advice. Again, means what will you suggest to the client? What all documents are required for the mortgage? Okay? Then valuation of real properties. How to value a property means how to value a house. Suppose if I say this house is of 1 crore, what is the guarantee? It's of 1 crore. Suppose not only house, there are various other properties also. Open land. How will you value the open land? Agricultural land. How will you value that? Restaurant. How will you value the restaurant? All this is studied over here. So the topics are very interesting. Okay, a lot of interesting parts will come there. Okay, and you have to follow them. And kindly follow the instructions given. Okay, I'll give you one simple example. See this. One example I'll give and then we'll stop. Various types of products. One of the chapters in module C. Various types of products. See, there are generic product, expected product, augmented product and potential product. Okay? Generic means generic. Like for example, generic medicines which you purchase, all those green shops you have, what is that? That is generic, no branding. You purchase, let's say, eating oil, edible oil, right? Oil we purchase, everyone. So edible oil, which oil do you purchase? Do you purchase the open oil available in the shop? Many shopkeepers have open oil, means kept in that dabba. Will you purchase that or will you purchase Fortune, Dhara or any other packaged ones? You will definitely purchase the packaged one. Why? Because looks. Everything is looks. So this becomes expected. Expected product. There on that packet it's written less cholesterol. You don't even know the meaning of cholesterol, but then also you purchase less cholesterol. Expected. What does the customer expect from it? And then augmented. What do you give additional to that client? Free. You buy 2 Santur, you get 1 pen free. Isn't it? So, augmented. You buy the car from us, you'll get 3 years service free. Augmented. What additional you give? And potential, future. What are the customers expecting today from banking? They want AI, they want blockchain, they want sitting at home, everything. Potential, future. So this is one of the simple examples. So those who have not joined the batch as of now, or those who are watching on YouTube, kindly note, join the batches ASAP. The new batches are just starting. See, today's batch is just starting. Okay? Join this batch ASAP. This is for C and for J now. Officers batch for J. Okay? Join this officers batch for JAIIB. This is the same batch which is starting. Okay? We'll be starting from module C tomorrow. Module A and B I'll cover later. Module C. Okay? All the ebooks, mock tests, live classes, everything is covered over here. Okay? Ebooks, mock tests, live classes, recorded sessions, everything is available. Join it ASAP. Use the code Y432. Y432. Okay? You get 82% discount plus 1% extra by downloading the app. So 83%. Do it. In fact, I would suggest those who have joined the batch, you can join the Increment Mahapack. Here you are getting physical books as well. Physical question bank, physical formula bank, physical study planner. Physical books delivered at your home, plus ebooks, plus mock test. 15 plus batches you get in this per subject, 15 plus. So many times revision you can have. Go for it. Triple validity offer is going on right now. You buy for 5 months, you get it for 15 months. Buy for 9 months, you get it for 27 months. So huge. Join it ASAP. But never forget the code Y432. Okay? Bye everyone. Let's meet tomorrow. Okay? Same time and we'll start the class.